Hey, future real estate moguls, are you ready to take control of your financial destiny and build a robust investment portfolio? In this video, we're diving deep into the art of strategic portfolio planning, coupled with actionable yearly benchmarks. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just stepping into the world of wealth creation, this is your roadmap to success. Join me as we navigate the key milestones, set benchmarks, and craft a winning strategy for a prosperous financial future. Stay tuned. Your journey to financial freedom starts now. I'm Dr. Brown. I have 13 years of experience in real estate investing, and last year my company did $953,900 in real estate. Today, we are unlocking how to master portfolio planning with yearly benchmarks so that you can achieve a prosperous financial real estate investing year. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we are going to get into it. So first, hit the like, share, and notification bell so this information can be shared with lots of people. We're going to start from the beginning. So today we are talking about managing your SFR portfolio and benchmarks. This is a look at your SFR portfolio over a 12-month period. So this is month 1 and 2, planning and goal setting. So in managing your portfolio in month 1 and 2, you're going to review your portfolio goals. You're going to set clear objectives for rental income, property appreciation, or portfolio growth. And that's where that tool comes in that I introduced to you in the last video about secret sauce to success for every project. So for your financial planning, you're going to assess your budget and financial goals for the upcoming year. And remember, the budget and financial goals must meet your investment strategy. In property evaluation, you're going to evaluate the condition of each property and plan for any necessary repairs or upgrades. So you want to make sure that the property and the condition that you evaluate, that it's not going to be over the budget you have set for your financial goals. And the benchmarks, the first one is rental yield. So you're going to aim for a rental yield of 8 to 12%. You're going to calculate the annual rental income as a percentage of the property's value. And for cash flow, you're going to make sure that you are in a positive cash flow position. You want to ensure that the rental income exceeds operating expenses, include mortgage, property management, maintenance, taxes, and insurance. So we're going to look at rental yield and how to calculate that. So there are 2 types of rental yields. There's a gross rental yield and a net rental yield. So the gross rental yield, you're going to take the property value and you're going to divide it by the annual gross rental income, and then you're going to multiply that times 100. So let's break it down. So if the property value is $100,000 and you receive $12,000 in annual gross rental income, that means $1,000 a month is what you're charging for rent, and then you multiply that times 100. Your gross rental yield is going to be this 100,000 divided by 12,000. It's going to give you 0.12. And then when you multiply that times 100, that's going to give you your gross rental yield, which is 12%. And that's the potential return. All right, so you need to look at the net rental yield in order to get an actual return value. So with your net rental yield, you're going to look at the property value again. You're going to divide it by the annual net rental income and multiply that times 100. So let's break it down again for your net rental yield. So the property value is 100,000. Your net rental income is 4,000. So if we continue on with $1,000 a month, that's where we got the $12,000. But the mortgage, the expenses, the taxes, the insurance, the repairs cost $8,000 for that year. Then your net rental income is going to be $4,000. And you're going to multiply that times 100. So the net rental yield is 100,000 divided by the 4,000, and that's with everything taken out of what you collect for rent. It's going to give you 0.04. You're going to multiply that times 100, and that's going to give you a net rental yield. This is an actual return on the rental income you're receiving for this property is going to be 4%. And the ideal return on investment, the actual should be around 10% in order for it to be a good investment or a good return on your investment. So you really need to make sure you're doing this calculation to make sure that the property is performing in the way that you need it to perform in order to match up and align with your financial goals that you have in place for this property. So that's really important, because a 12% gross rental yield, that's a big difference between the net rental yield of 4%. So this is very important for you to look at. Okay, so month 3 and 4, we're going to look at market analysis and strategy refinement. So you're going to look at the market trends. This is where your research, your market research comes in. You're going to conduct a comprehensive market analysis to understand current trends. You're going to refine your investment strategy, and you're going to adjust your strategy based on market conditions and your portfolio goals. So if the market conditions are starting to go down, then something that you may have had as a buy and hold may turn into a fix and flip because of the adjusted market conditions. You're going to refine your investment strategy or your portfolio goal. And property valuation, you're going to reevaluate the value of your properties in light of market changes. So if you were deciding on a fix and flip, but the market went down, then you may want to change your strategy to a buy and hold until the market goes back up again. And that way you are making sure that you're getting all of the money that you had intended for the property, and you're not losing money. All right, so benchmarks, you're going to look for property appreciation. Again, you're going to look at the local market, and you're going to determine whether it's average or above average. You're going to track the property's value over time, and this is going to help you with your exit strategy and your portfolio goals. Occupancy rate, 95% or higher. So you want your properties to have an occupancy rate of 95% or higher. That means a vacancy rate of 5% or less. So you want to maintain a high occupancy rate to minimize income loss due to vacancies. Because if you have vacancies and you have mortgages, then guess who needs to pay the mortgage? That comes out of your pocket. But if you have your properties with high occupancy, then they are paying the mortgage for you. So that's two different conditions to be in, and one is way more stressful than the other. So month 5 and 6, digital presence and tenant relations. So if your occupancy rate is less than 95%, then that means that you need to have an online presence and reevaluate your leases. So your online presence is going to optimize online property listings and marketing strategies, because you're trying to get those units filled up. Your tenant communication, you're going to engage with tenants and address concerns and provide necessary updates. So do you have vacancies because your tenants are dissatisfied, or because you're not addressing the concerns they have, or providing necessary updates to the unit so they're moving out? So you want to also evaluate lease agreements and consider renewals or adjustments. So if you have tenants and they're not paying their rent on time, then when it's time for renewal, you may just want to reconsider the renewal and get that property with a vetted tenant that's going to pay their rent on time. And your benchmarks, online presence. So you want to have a high quality property listings and engagement, and that's going to fill up those units. You want to optimize your online presence for effective property marketing. You want tenant satisfaction. So you want positive tenant feedback and lease renewals. You want to be able to renew the lease of the tenants you have in there because they're happy, they're paying on time, and they're taking care of your property. So you want to regularly assess tenant satisfaction through surveys or communication. So months 7 and 8 is maintenance and upkeep. So with property maintenance, you want to schedule inspections and conduct routine inspections to identify maintenance needs. For example, if you need to do pest control, you can have a routine scheduled pest control schedule set up where you come in and you spray or put down bait for pests. You want to address any maintenance issues promptly. So if there's a leak in a sink somewhere or the toilet's leaking, you want to make sure that you address those things quickly. And landscaping, you want to enhance curb appeal through seasonal landscaping, because you want your property to look appealing, and you want the tenants to also take care of the inside of the property because they see you're taking care of the outside of the property. So your benchmarks, property maintenance, regular upkeep and timely repairs. You want to be proactive. That's why you need to set up a schedule for these maintenance helps and retain property value and keep your tenants satisfied. No one wants to be in a unit that needs repairs or there's problems and the landlord is not addressing those problems in a timely manner. So this is a way to keep that vacancy rate low, and you want to make sure the occupancy rate is high. Remember, 95% or above. So month 9 and 10 comes financial review and tax planning. So this is the end of the year planning. So you want to review financial statements for each property. You want to collaborate with a tax professional who specializes in real estate to optimize tax strategies. And you want to make any necessary adjustments to your budget based on the year's performance. So if a unit is not performing in the way that you intended, it may be time to do a fix and flip on that one. Or if there's a property that has skyrocketed in appreciation, or it has decreased in appreciation, you might want to hold it for the next year for the appreciation to go back up. So your benchmarks for this is document organization. You want all property related documents in order because it's easier for your real estate tax professional to do their thing. And you want efficient document management, which ensures easy access to lease agreements, financial statements, and other essential paperwork. It makes it a lot easier if you have all of your documents in order. In month 11 and 12, documentation and future planning. So this is yearly tax planning. So you want to ensure that all property related documents are organized and up to date, which you should have did that in months 9 and 10. You should set goals for the upcoming year and consider portfolio expansion or adjustment. So are you buying more real estate? Are you getting rid of some of them? What kind of portfolio expansion or adjustment are you making? And then you want to send holiday greetings and important information to tenants. And this could be a look over the last 12 months or what's coming up in the new year. So your benchmarks for these last 2 months is to update your goals and strategies for the next year. You want to regularly revisit your investment goals and adjust strategies based on market conditions and portfolio performance. So again, you want to look at your market conditions and see if the next year is going to be a year for buy and holds. Is it going to be a year for fix and flips? Is it going to be a year for mid-term rentals, which that is something new that has come onto the scene. So instead of short-term rentals like Airbnbs, a lot of people are turning those into mid-term rentals, which means that they are renting those properties out for longer than a month and shorter than a year. So those properties are usually rented to like traveling nurses or some kind of professionals that are in an interim position. So those are becoming really popular because it's a way for you to hold on to a property short-term, just in case, say for example, you wanted a property to be a fix and flip, but the market conditions aren't right. So you could just turn that one into a mid-term rental until the market conditions increase, and then you could sell it. So that is a really good way of looking at your portfolio for the year and how you want to plan for future investments. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you took lots of notes and got a lot of ideas on things that you can do to plan for your portfolio and the benchmarks you need to have in order to have a prosperous real estate investing journey. So I'm Dr. Shelley Brown. I do have a course on udemy.com entitled Essentials of SFR Investing Strategies Made Easy. I will pin that in the first comment so you can just tap onto it or click onto it and get right to the site. So I'm going to stop sharing. And if you have not already, please hit the like, subscribe, or notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. And please share this video so that other people can enjoy and use the content as well. So I will see you on the next video. And remember, this is a 3-part series. So this is part 2 and part 3 is going to come out next week. All right. So I'll see you on the next video. Have a wonderful week. Goodbye.